Hello and welcome to the 55th episode of Angry Birds Comedian 1996 Yes Superstar Luna knows Rants. This time, it will be on Warren-style punishments. Without further ado, let's get started. Warren-style punishments have got to be one of the most annoying and overused videos that I've ever seen on YouTube. Allow me to explain the reasons why I ultimately despise them. 1. These videos are nothing but pointless and unrealistic, as the parent or guardian just calls a random group of people to discuss the punishments with the victim, which is just filler and is there only to make the video like 10, 15, 20, 25 or even 30 minutes long. In fact, the caller doesn't even know or met them. 2. Just like Punishment Day videos, these videos are mean-spirited and heartless, as the people would give the victim extremely harsh punishments and even not allow them to watch shows they like. They are also made just to express hatred on a preschool show character for the sake of them being too old for those shows, showing how much they try to be cool and edgy. 3. These videos use a lot of copyrighted materials without permission from or credit to the owners. 4. Almost all of them are just plain and repetitive, as it is just a group of people punishing the victim and giving them the same punishments over and over again. 5. The victim often gets Warren-style punishments for trivial reasons, such as escaping a country, watching a show or a film unless it's inappropriate, having opinions, etc. 6. Many of them have rushed and choppy animation due to them being made with Vyond. It doesn't help that they are mostly made with Business Friendly, which has more realistic emotes than Comedy World. 7. They are one of the reasons why Vyond had the non-business themes removed, gone downhill, and that the Vyond community has turned toxic and immature. 8. All of these punishments are just unrealistic, nonsense, irrational, mean-spirited, child abuse, and torture because, firstly, they make the victim wear nappies and force them to use the bathroom in the diapers instead of the toilet, and having that victim's underwear and toilet destroyed is total child abuse. But doesn't others need to the toilet too? Secondly, they strip them from watching certain TV shows, movies, and playing certain video games, which is like taking away someone else's freedom. This is really worse than the opinion bashing on TV shows meant for younger children, especially it's like treating preschool shows that they're the worst thing to exist on earth. Third, they belt beatings every day at a certain or random time, which is just straight up child abuse. If a parent were to do this to their own child, then they would get arrested for child abuse. It can also cause bleeding if done too much. Fourth, the victim gets woken up by an alarm clock at a completely random time that doesn't even exist in the real world. Fifth, if you force the victim to ride the world's tallest and scariest roller coasters and water slides of all, they would have fainted out of extreme fear and even died from shock. Sixth, placing hidden cameras is literally stalking. Why do you want to track down what the victim is doing? Seventh, making the victim to do all the house chores without taking a single break, and not letting them taking any leisure time. Eighth, spot-gluing clothes on is way too extreme of a punishment, worse than diapers, and can rip the victim's skin and clothes off. Ninth, of all the healthy foods the victims dislike, why Swiss cheese? These guys are gonna anger a lot of Swiss people. Also, feeding the victim raw eggs or raw meat is torture, and it's likely going to chance that they will die of salmonella and food poisoning. Sure, eating healthy is good, but banning junk food is taken to extreme in general. 10th, making them listen to boring music or music they hate. 11th, forcing them to watch shows they hate. 12th, the lack of breaks in activities like shoveling snow, raking leaves, doing rigorous exercises, and working without breaks or water breaks raises concerns about extreme labor conditions and parallels with historical forms of slavery. 13th, if the heater is set up to an extremely high temperature in the middle of summer, such as in July, and to an extremely low temperature in the middle of winter, such as in January, the victim will have dead of hypothermia or hypothermia. 14th, not many people, especially adults, go trick-or-treating. Most people want to give out candies to the trick-or-treaters themselves on Halloween. 15th, it doesn't matter what they want to get on Christmas. Christmas is not just presents, it's mostly a spirit of giving, peace, and joy. 16th, they take away internet sites, such as Google, Vyond, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit and all other internet leisure privileges. 17th, forcing the victims to participate in the running of the bulls every day for the rest of their lives is cruel, because they'd be run over by these animals. 18th, spankings and slappings every day and every minute is too much torture and child abuse. 19th, donating the victim's clothes, including sleeping clothes, furniture, etc. to charity. That's child abuse, as mentioned before, with the being trapped in the room with nothing. 20th, split gluing their clothes so that victims will never take them off. That's just wrong, because what if they want to change their clothes? 21st, sleeping on the floor is one thing, sleeping outside, and in their original clothes, in the middle of dangerous weather without any camp boots, bonfires, tents, etc. That is cruel, and the victims will die from catastrophes. 22nd, forcing these characters to smell awful just to worsen their misery and bash others' opinions on them, especially on a TV show meant for younger children. Unbelievable. 23rd, most people find horror movies and episodes too scary. The victims may be scared to death by them worse than other infamous and controversial /shock horror episodes and movies. Even worse, they force the victims to watch scary horror films with all the lights off and the volume turned up high. This can cause the victim to go deaf or be scared to death. Not just that, but the horror movies are rated R, meaning that they have to be 18 years or older to watch those movies. Minors could get easily scared if they watch said movies in real life, so why are you guys forcing minors to watch horror films in the first place? That doesn't seem to make any sense at all whatsoever. 24th, they make the victim get ridiculous amounts of homework without breaks or water breaks until the student graduates. Homework helps students learn no matter how much they get. Plus, that student would be dead by the time they'd be able to complete all the homework without breaks and water breaks due to dehydration and extreme exhaustion and burnout. 25th, you also can't force someone to jump off the cliff too. That also counts as murder or manslaughter. 26th and the final part of reason number 8, sometimes, at the end, the character gets beaten up by another character. This is purely assault and battery. 9 and the final reason, in some videos, the victim refuses to accept the punishments he or she gets, and whenever he or she says, "Screw you, I wish you were dead," the person who made the video calls the cops and gets him or her arrested, or worse, executed. Note, this is my absolutely personal opinion on Warren-style punishment videos. And to those of you who do those videos, I'm not trying to force you to end those videos for good. It's just that I ultimately despise these videos for the reasons mentioned earlier in this video. Anyways, that's all the rant for today. Sorry if this rant is longer than any other rants that I made in my channel, I just had to include lots of reasons on why I ultimately despise these videos to begin with. Anyways, I will be going for now, have a nice day.